All right, guys. Fulu coming to you with another commentary. Yeah, man, this one may be long depending on how I gauge it, but it definitely may be a long one because I was sent some clips, basically, and I just wanted to tap into it again. Just go everything that I say about like the Western woman is based on evidence. It's not based on me just coming up with something that I'm saying out my butt or something like that. And it's not coming from a place of hate. It's just coming from reporting the reality. I would be pretty unhealthy if I just walked around all day hating women. If I had hatred in my heart, that wouldn't be, really conducive to what I'm trying to do and things like that. What I mean? I just call it for what it is. That's what I do. What I mean? Uh, you know, and just act accordingly to that. And so if that means me acting accordingly means me like limiting my contact with Western women to just hi and bye, yes and no, then so be it. You know what I mean? And if that's hate, then so be it. But I want to get into this clip because what happened is this woman, I guess, she had a boyfriend, and she said that she did not give her Snapchat or her social media information to her boyfriend or to like other guys, but it appears that she did do so, and this was the result of it.
I checked my girlfriend's Snapchat while she changed after getting out the shower.
Now, mind you, these are all guys on the Snapchat, and the chances are is they're probably sending every single thing under the sun. You know, dick pics, cash apps, etc. So I guess it was just for him. It was just his turn for the day, basically. And that although he was serious, although he was probably trying to be in a committed relationship with her, we already knew, what time it is, what type of time she was on.
She said she never gave out her Snapchat to any guy.
So I mean, again, when dealing with a Western woman, you kind of have to deal with her like how she deals with you. Um, I'm not saying this like I'm not suggesting this or I'm not encouraging this, but I mean, if you know that, she's your girlfriend and, she probably gassed you up and said, "Oh, you're the only one I'm talking to." Once she says that, that's how you know that you're not the only one she's talking to. Chances are if you were the only one she was talking to, she wouldn't be on social media that much. Or if she was on social media, she wouldn't like show her face like that. She would more so show something else.
I
So, just understand that like there's always a Western woman is always going to be looking for better, even if she's with you. Like you may think that you're doing enough. You may think that everything is going fine in the relationship, but lo and behold, she decides that you know, that that you know that it's not enough. You know, that's what she decides. Now, there was something else, that transpired a couple of days ago. Now, Cardi B. I'm not gonna sit here and cap. She's an attractive woman. But I mean, she's the spokesperson for thought behavior. I mean, you look at her past, and she was, a stripper, and she also was she also did dudes dirty, like meaning that she would drug guys up, or I should say, spike their drinks and rob them. And that translates into her music, the way the music she makes. It also translates into like her her behavior, of course, and also the clothing she wears, and also the friends that she chooses. So everybody knows who Lizzo is. And she I guess Cardi B, during her birthday, she wore like see through and stuff like that. And granted, Cardi B has a different body type than Lizzo. She decided to follow suit, and because, and I've even seen the comments. The crazy thing, I've seen the comments like where people are saying, okay, queen, and things like that to Lizzo for dressing in this way and acting in this way. But let's go ahead and look. So here you had like a morbidly or obese woman, and another morbidly obese woman in the background, cheering her on and encouraging her. There's a lot of Instagram pages that encourage this body positivity, but the shoe doesn't fit on the foot of the guy. Like, a guy is not allowed to be morbidly obese or anything like that. He's allowed to he's allowed to be he has to be of a certain standard, but a woman is okay. A woman can eat to death and still demand that she actually gets a guy who is not morbidly obese as well. She feels entitled to that. So there she was, twerking for the camera and stuff like that, being encouraged by other women and being encouraged by weak beta males to twerk for the camera as well. Now, here's her response to the criticisms that she did receive for twerking and wearing the outfit that she wore to the Cardi B birthday party. Here's her response.
Shake that. Shake that.
So you hear the woman in the background actually encouraging it again, encouraging her butt to be shaken, you know what I mean? You can hear the encouragement in the background.
Kiss my fat black.
So that was her response to, the criticism and stuff like that. And, again, that's why I personally won't mess with a black Western woman. Being in South Central, I've had my share. And so, like, I'm not, best believe I won't be like, hey, mom, hey, granny, hey, auntie, this is Shaniqua. Like, not, it's not going down like that. And it never will go down like that. Again, I've seen where it's going with these black Western women. I would never bring them to Africa. I would never bring them there. Hell no. Not at all. And I'm just going to show you the difference between my tribe, quote unquote, twerking and what she was doing. Let's look at the difference. These clips were sent to me by my uncle. Shout outs to him. Unjarama Unk, Yo Alabarka Unk. And you can see the difference between, the traditional way of quote unquote twerking and the Zaddy way in which this country pushes it. Now, what you notice is that it's in a communal setting and there isn't like too many, like let's just say there isn't like too many like social media. There's not a big social media presence. There's only a communal presence, and this is just the custom in which they're following. You know what I mean? And notice that they're mostly women in this setting, and they're not trying to, appease a guy. They're not trying to attract to a guy. That's why you see little girls there too, checking out the action as well, As you see too, it's more so not provocative. It's not really like it's a provocative type in which the Western black woman does. Now let's look at the second clip. Now, even notice that the drummer, the drummer who is a man, he's drumming, right? He's not really even fazed by the twerking. He's not even like, how should I put it? He's not even, like, oh my God, he's just doing his thing because he knows this is like a natural setting. He knows this isn't like a sexual perversion. He knows that this is just cultural practices. You know what I mean? Like, he knows it's just part of the culture, and it's not trying to be suggestive, you know what I mean, or trying to be sexual. So yeah, I would get a woman from that was near my village. So I would just go to that village and get a woman. You think I would get one of these women here if I have access to that? You have to play chess, not checkers. Now, another clip that was sent to me, this has to do with a woman who thought that Chad was invested in her and Chad just wanted to get his rocks off. And, she decided that she wanted to go to White Zaddy because she felt that White Zaddy probably would provide her with benefits and things like that. But let's go ahead and get into that one, into White Zaddy.
Can we just take 5 seconds? Can we just take 5 seconds to appreciate how fucking hot that I am?
You know, the thing is, when you're dealing with these women, you know, they are so self-absorbed that the makeup and everything does this to them. And, you know, without the makeup, most of these women would be like, you wouldn't blink a second eye at them, you know. That's the thing. Like, I know some guys wear makeup, unfortunately. Some emasculated men wear makeup and do all types of weird stuff. But for the most part, most of us guys, we got to be like just, you know, we just got to hold our own in terms of like taking care of our bodies and stuff like that. And being polished and things like that. We can't use makeup. But women, you know, of course, do so. And so this woman is very self-absorbed, and we see what goes. Let's see what happens.
Wow. They be like, don't hurt him, Sammy. But bitch, I might.
A few moments later.
Like a really traumatic situation where this guy, where he was just like so fucking horrible to me, and he just treated me like a stupid black bitch. And
so, you know, just understand that's how she looks at herself, you know. Believe it or not, you know, what happens is they're actually, you know, they're used to, back in the day, they used to say dumb blonde, you know, they used to do that. They used to think a woman who with blonde hair was pretty dumb, you know, like airhead and stuff like that. Believe it or not, a lot of black women fall into that category. You know, they may not have blonde hair, but they have the same mentality as a dumb blonde, at least a Western black woman, you know, and this is how she looks at herself. But let's see why she thinks this way. Let's listen to it.
it was like so painful for me, and everybody was like, well, you're the fucking dumbass because you stayed, and you're just a stupid black bitch because you let him treat you like one. And like, I know that the situation was my...
Believe it or not, Western women like to be treated like crap when it comes to guys. If a guy is genuine, he wants to build with her, he wants to like maybe have a serious relationship with the woman, then it's looked at as a sign of weakness. You know what I mean? Like if you want to build something serious and stuff like that, it's looked at as weakness. And so by, you know, letting guys treat them badly, they feel like that's a strong man, you know, when they let the guy treat them badly. But let's listen to what she has.
My fault, because I should have just left. But like, it really fucking hurt because like I had sex with him and he basically just like used me for sex.
So I mean, the thing is that like that's probably how she presented herself anyway. You know, she probably didn't even say like, hey, you know, I'm looking for something serious. I'm looking for something like long term and stuff like that. She probably didn't say that. She probably just presented herself as she did at the beginning of the video, saying, you know, I'm so hot and stuff like that. She didn't present herself as someone who could make a good wife or make a good girlfriend. You know, we have to understand this.
He was like white guy in a frat. And
so there you have it. It was White Zaddy. You know, she got caught up with White Zaddy. And believe it or not, as crazy as it sounds, like, and I don't push swirling. Me, I don't push swirling. I'm not into swirling that like that. I mean, the farthest I would swirl is like probably like North African or, you know, Latin American. But then again, they would still have to have some kind of black in them. You know what I mean? They would still have to have some kind of African descent in them, if I did go that route. But believe it or not, a lot of like women from other races want to be with men, like black men. Like that's what they want. They want that. But men from other races don't necessarily really want to be with black women. It's just that they want to like, they just want to like see, okay, what's sleeping with a black woman like, for the most part. I mean, you look at even Serena Williams right now, she's having a problem with her marriage. They unfollowed each other and everything, and she thought White Zaddy was going to be a step up. You know what I mean? You look at Meghan Markle and that prince. I mean, they're not even welcome in their own household because we know the legacy of racism and colonialism that plagues that place. But let's go ahead and look and see what White Zaddy did to her.
Oh, basically, I ended up seeing him at Target when I was there with my old best friend, like, at the time. And he wouldn't look me in the eyes. He wouldn't say anything. It was like he was ashamed of me and just, like, embarrassed. Which is, like, how most people get about me. And it was, like, so fucking painful. And so I stood up for myself and said what I needed to say to him. And he ran away from me when I was speaking to him.
Yeah, I mean, she probably, threw a temper tantrum in the Target, and he probably was like, oh shit, let me get out of here. He probably didn't want to, like, what I mean? He probably didn't want to bother with her because of the simple fact that, like he just didn't. He didn't want to entertain that, and he probably didn't want anybody to see like that. He probably didn't want anybody to see that he was associated with her, like, his friends. Like, he probably had friends there, and they didn't want him. His friends may have been like, "Yo, you hit that," But let's go ahead and continue on.
And my friend was like, that's humiliating, like, she was like, you just embarrass yourself, and, like, that's pathetic for you as a black woman to do something that stupid. Like, it hurt so fucking bad, because I wasn't even worth being looked in the eye. Like, it hurt so fucking bad. And look,
you have to do that now. Nowadays with these women, don't even look them in the eye. Just the other day, bro, I swear to God, I swear to Allah, I was in the elevator because I had a client that I had to go see, and I was leaving that client's place. I was in the elevator. This one white woman or something, she tried to look me in the eye. I didn't even look her in the eye. I pretty much just stared straight forward. And she said, "How are you doing?" And I said, "Pretty good. How about yourself?" And I just left it as such. But she still tried to get me to look her in the eye, and I'm not gonna do it. For one, she wouldn't even be able to tell I'm smiling because I was wearing my mask at the time. So you have to play that role with these women. It's sad to say it, but it's gotten to that point where this is very much necessary. You have to become so numb to them that they will never. I'm gonna tell you something. The more number you become to the Western woman and her ways and her looks and stuff, the less likely you'll be able to be thrown off your square, man.
back, and that was the guy. Like, when I asked him to stop during sex, he holds me down. Like, Like, it hurt so fucking bad. And looking back, and that was the guy who, like, when I asked him to stop during sex, he held me down. Like, that happened a few months after the target.
Oh shit! Like it sounded like she, yeah, dang! It sounded like she. Maybe that dude was like lightweight raping her, so no wonder she crying like that. Listen to what she said.
And looking back, and that was the guy who, like, when I asked him to stop during sex, he held me down. Like, that happened a few months after the Target situation. And I was, like, telling my friends, I was like, I'm just fed up. Asked him to stop during sex, he held me. Like, it hurt so fucking bad because I wasn't even worth being looked in the eye. Like, it hurt so fucking bad. And looking back, and that was the guy who, like, when I asked him to stop during sex, he held me down. Like, that happened a few months after the Target situation.
So wait a minute. When he was when she was ignored in the Target, you mean to tell me she went back to have sex with him again? It sounds like that's what she said, you know? And you wonder why I don't deal with American black women. I'm just going to be real. You understand why now. You have to understand why now. As a traditional African nigga who was cut from South Central Los Angeles, you have to understand why now. You know, because it's no disrespect, but they only fit into a few categories, you know, and those categories don't fly where I come from. You know, my native land, they don't fly, you know.
And I was like telling my friends, I was like, I'm just fed up being treated like this. It's like every person that I would run into would do this shit to me, like take advantage of me. And they were like, just don't be a stupid black bitch with a fat ass. And it was like so painful for me. Because I feel like if I tell anybody, they'll just tell me to stop being a stupid slut. And it's like, this is like the last place. Because like I can't talk to my friends about it. Like I can't talk to my parents about this. And like my therapist doesn't understand.
So you brought that on yourself, though. I mean, you decided that, hey, I want to ride Chad's cock. And, you know, Chad was probably thinking, well, you know, why not? You know, it's sex, it's available. So, you know, I'll go ahead and do it. No commitment involved. And now you put yourself through these things and you're talking about, oh, you can't tell your friends, you can't tell your parents. But my question is this. Are those really good friends if you can't confide in them, with them? Are those really your friends if you can't confide in what you put yourself through? And as for your parents, I mean, you should be able to confide with your parents. And, you know, perhaps maybe your parents taught you better and you decided to rebel anyway against them. Maybe that's what it is. But as a closing statement, I'm just going to say this, you know, and this is to the American black woman who says, oh, well, you know, you have to date, you if you're talking about black love, you have to, you know, be with someone from here. And that's not the case. You're going to have to deal with this happening more and more, okay? You have a Nigerian man, and then you have his Haitian wife. She decided to wear the traditional Nigerian clothing too. Because guess what? The reason why she decided to wear it is because she understands order and structure and doesn't want to be rebellious. So you're going to have to deal with more of these unions happening. You know, there's going to be a lot more of these unions happening because as it comes down to it, you know, that's the reason why I had to start making these videos, is because fellow Africans and fellow Caribbeans came at me like, yo, man, dealing with these Western women, man, they're playing me, man. They're doing all types of things. I can't even see my kids, but I still have to pay money for my kids. I can't even have visitation over my kids because she won't let me see them, but she doesn't even take care of them. They only stay at their grandma's house all the time. They came to me like this. They're like, I'm only telling you because you're another African, you're another black immigrant who's been here long. So that's why they came to me. And so that's why I had to start making these videos. Do you think I want to make these videos? But I have to show what's going on out here, because if I don't show it, then all these simps are going to make it look like everything is all hunky-dory when it really isn't. But anyhow, man, that's all I got for now. Till the next one. Njarama.